The judges have made their decision. Take your place, Celia. Pretty girl.
So that must have been shocking. Very, very shocking to be in the judging room, and it seems like it's the normal thing that's happening, and then Celia just steps up. What was going through your head?
I was shocked, too. I was like, what are you doing? Go sit back down there. Because, you know, once I realized, I'm like, okay, I'm going home, I didn't want her to step up, and it seemed like she was just fighting for her friend to stay here. I was going to accept my fate, and, you know, I just hoped that she didn't get in trouble for that.
Do you think it was not fair that Talia did not say to the judges that she wanted to go home? Because she didn't say that to me. She didn't say that to anybody.
Yeah, I think all of us felt kind of betrayed, because after we figured out she had said it to multiple people multiple times, I think we were just feeling like, oh, we want to be here, and you know, we just felt that it was so unfair that we were Viva la Revolucion or something. I don't know what happened.
And she was wavering. So tell me, you wanted to model when you were younger, and then you got all of the normal things that modeling agencies say that make women unhappy. What were the things that they were saying to you when you were young and you were trying to model?
Well, they when I was really young, when I was 14 and I went, they loved it. They were like, oh, you're a little stick figure, and that's fine. So, but they kind of said a few things like you'd be going overseas, and I thought, well, I'd like to finish school first, but I could just waltz back in there, you know, after high school and try again. And then they told me, after, you know, high school time, I get my two big presents, Helga, Olga, whatever you want to call them.
Not implants, but they grew, or?
Right, they're mine, but I just had, you know, a very growth spurt of a summer, and I didn't think it would be a problem. I mean, I'm looking through Victoria's Secret, I'm like, you know, these bodies are out there, why can't I have a job too?
So and then they said no.
They said no.
They said hips and boobs too big. And then, so what did you do? I heard that you tried to diet yourself down to what they wanted you to be.
Yeah, since I was young, I kind of fell for the whole, oh, maybe I should take diet pills, and I did, and then my heart rate sped up, and I tried, so I was like, okay, no more diet pills, and then I tried this weird smoothie diet, which is ridiculous, and I realized I was being a real bitch to everyone around me because I wasn't getting what I needed.
You're hungry.
I was hungry.
So what made you try out for America's Next Top Model after all the rejection from everywhere else?
Well, after I'd watched the show, I kind of smiled when I saw the show because I was like, good, finally a place where models can go. I noticed that you pick people, different races, different sizes, different personalities, so I knew if I tried out for the show and made it, that you wouldn't make me lose weight or tell me to be any way other than myself.
I actually thought you were too skinny at times. I was like, Courtney, she's supposed to be full-figured model, but was actually too small. How does that feel hearing that from me now? Yeah, I would look at you in judging every week going, ooh, I kind of don't like her representing full-figured or plus size because it's not necessarily the right message either because you were on the skinny side. Did you know that? I don't know if I told you that.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't. I think you did. Well, you kept saying I was the incredible shrinking model, and I was like, girl, that's just control top pantyhose. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of strange to be in in-between. I'm like right on the brink of plus-size modeling, but I think there can be a curvy section in there somewhere in the middle.
Now, we talked about you dating somebody famous before America's Next Top Model.
Yes.
Should I say his name, or do you want to say it?
You can say it.
Dale Earnhardt Jr.?
Yeah.
The super huge, one of the biggest racing stars in the history of race car driving.
Yeah, I heard that.
And, yeah, he's pretty big. And so tell me how you met him. I mean, I know the story. You can tell everybody that is watching at home. We're actually not in the studio because I wanted to be up close and personal with Courtney. I think she's a sweet girl, and we're doing an up close and personal interview here in the control room. So, but tell everybody at home how you met him.
Well, my parents...
That you weren't a groupie.
Right.
Very important.
Yes, let's set the record straight here. My parents are really big NASCAR fans, so I would go to the races with them, and, you know, they're fans, and it was kind of like a family vacation kind of deal. But I met Dale because my mom wanted me to get her an autograph, and she's like, you have giant spider monkey arms, why don't you just reach on over there and get my hat signed? So then that's how we met. But people really...
So he spotted you and said, ooh, you're cute, I'll sign your autograph, but also give me your phone number?
Yeah, I asked him for an autograph, and he was like, can I have your autograph too? Kind of, yeah. Ooh. So yeah, but people, I mean, it's kind of a backlash. It's not as great as it sounds. People think that you know, like pit lizard is like a NASCAR groupie term, and like they call you soulless, life-sucking gold digger and things like that. And I'm thinking, it's just somebody I met who happens to be known, and that's
you were
really
getting
not
an
fair.
autograph for your mama.
Yeah,
and he asked for your number.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing now? You trying to get an agency?
Yeah, I'm gonna pursue modeling first and foremost, definitely, hopefully. And then if anything else comes up, that's good too. But first modeling, and then spokesmodel, you know, host, whatever, wherever I can.
You should go see Wilhelmina Models.
Jazz it up.
Yeah, nice plus size division. Yes. Make sure you eat some bread. Don't get too skinny. Watch America's Next Top Model tomorrow, Wednesday night on the CW at 8 o'clock. It's a good episode, so you better watch it. And we'll be right back. Thank you. Up next.
The last time we had sex, it doesn't even count. We were both half asleep.
How do you have sex half asleep? Trying to make a relationship work and say goodbye for good. Now, Desiree says that she's been married to John for only a year, but he's already on the verge of becoming her ex-husband. Okay, look at you guys, so dramatic. Ooh. So, tell me what's going on with your marriage, Miss Desiree.
Well, I feel like it's pretty much already over. I mean, I don't know how long I can stay with him anymore, and he says it's because we don't have a sex life.
You guys don't have sex anymore?
Well, since we've been married, maybe 10 times. And we've been
How long you been married?
It'll be a year in August.
So you do it less than once a month. Wow. Okay, you do it less than once a month. And how many times were you doing it before?
A lot.
What's a lot?
We probably had sex like maybe the first month about 50 times more than we've had since we've been married.
So in one day, what's the most you ever had sex in one day when you guys were dating?
Maybe 10. 10
times in one day? That doesn't hurt. That would seem like it would be painful after a while. Okay. Now, when you guys were having good sex, you called it the mission. What was the mission?
The mission would be where we would go and have foreplay while I was driving, and then we'd find a park, somewhere public. It's always better in public, you know, so. But somewhere public, and we'd go get donuts after, and everything was good.
So the donut they completed the mission at the end?
Yeah, donuts always complete it.
Okay. And now, so you guys did the mission, you did the donuts, and now there's no more donuts. No more.
No more donuts.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had donuts in a year.
So who is saying no to the sex?
I think it's me.
You think it's you? Why are you saying no?
I mean, before we got married, I was only like 105 pounds, and now I weigh more, and I feel like I can't even look at myself naked. Oh, gosh. Aww. I can't even look at myself naked, so why would I make him?
Oh, and what do you feel about her body? Do you find your wife still sexually attractive?
Yeah, definitely. She's very beautiful. She just needs to know that I'm letting her know it
But you don't
from my
say
heart.
it all the time. It's just, he only says it like when he wants to have sex. I mean,
it's not that though.
The last time we had sex, it doesn't even count. We were both half asleep. I feel like...
How do you have sex half asleep?
It's just like, you roll over...
John and Desiree wanted to find out if they should stay together or move on, so we enlisted the help from someone who knows a thing or two about sex. So let's check out what happens.
Clinical psychologist and sex therapist, Dr. Victoria Zadrock, thinks that she may be able to help John and Desiree jumpstart their sex life.
Hi guys, I hear you're having a little lull in your love life. Don't worry, it's nothing I haven't heard before. I'm gonna give you a little amorous assignment. I want you to work on reconnecting every night until we meet. And yes, that means sex. Every night.
And Dr. Z sent the couple a camera so they could make a video diary of their feelings.
Okay, so it's the first night of our experiment. Tonight, I'm gonna fix this mess, and I'm gonna do my makeup and put on some lingerie. I want him to want me because I look hot, not just because he's horny.
It looks like some nights the experiment went really well.
So last night was great. John made me feel so hot.
We went for a while, a long minute, a really long minute.
And others, not so much.
John told me that he was going to take me to dinner and a movie tonight, so I got all dressed up.
Last night was awesome. We went to a movie and dinner.
I thought since we had such a nice time at the movie that when we got home, I would surprise him by getting completely naked, which I never do. I feel so self-conscious when I do that.
We stayed up out pretty late.
By the time I got out of the bathroom, which was like 10 minutes maybe,
I fell asleep.
Snoring and everything. I was so upset.
And when she's pissed, the whole world is pissed. Let's just put it like that.
But by the end, it seems like they are kind of getting the hang of things.
Well, last night was really, really good.
Last night I said I was going to try foreplay, which I guess I'm pretty bad at.
Before, he just acted like he sucked at it so he wouldn't have to do it.
It was great. It's probably been the best sex for the first 5 days that we've had, and it's been awesome.
Was there a change?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole attitude towards each other was different. We actually wanted to be around each other instead of me not always
exciting.
getting.
Yeah?
It kind of felt like we went back to how we used to be.
Do you think you can do it 10 times in a day now?
That'd be great.
That'd be great. Okay. So if they decide to stay together, hi, Dr. Zadruck. If they decide to stay together, how do they keep the sex going without the Tyra show telling them they have to do it?
Well, they, like many couples do after marriage, they've fallen into a boring sexual script. At night, in the dark, in bed. And what they need to do is to get back to all the fun things they did before they got married. Introduce novelty, variety, spontaneity. And I think John also needs to make Desiree feel beautiful and special throughout the day by texting her, you know, leaving email messages, calling her, not just telling her you're sexy when he wants to have sex. So again, they need to get back to all the fun they used to have before they got married.
Okay. How does this sound? Do you guys think you can do it like in the car again, and in the kitchen, and in the garage, and the shower, and the Tyra show dressing room?
Maybe not all those places.
Maybe the dressing room, though. I don't know if we've ever done that before. Have we ever heard people with their mics still on having sex in the dressing room?
Let's make it a first.
Yeah, go for it. Figure out if they have the right stuff to stay together or if they'd be better off going their separate ways. Now, Heather says that just like in that new hit movie, I Love You Man, her on-again, off-again boyfriend, Ryan's bromance with his best guy friend is ruining your relationship. Okay, so how many times have you guys broken up? You guys are exes right now, right? Mm-hmm. How many times have you guys broken up?
At least 10.
At least 10 times. I've been there before. Okay. So tell me what's going on. I'm hearing he's choosing things over you. You're not as important.
Oh, yeah.
What is he choosing?
His friend. We've been together on and on for 5 years.
On and on, or on and off?
On and off for 5 years. Just seems like and he continually chooses friends, going out, partying, drinking as his priority over me.
Okay. Ryan?
No, I don't feel that's the case.
I love when people do the high-pitched voice. No, I don't feel like that's the case.
No, I think I balance a pretty good relationship as far as the time I spend out and the time I spend at home. I don't think it's over the top or excessive whatsoever.
Do you ignore her phone calls when you're out, like she says?
Well, and that depends. You know, if we've sat down and discussed a time when I'm going to be coming home and she starts calling before that time, telling me to come home early, then I hang up on her because I'm not coming home, and she keeps calling. She's got the same message, so you know, I've heard it. I'm not going to answer the phone.
Got it. Okay. So how often do you go out, Ryan?
Going out every other weekend, every third weekend for what I would call going out.
Okay. So when is the going out that you call? Because you know, you said he does it every day. So what's that one?
That would be happy hours after work. That would include weekends, most every weekend.
Oh, every weekend, not every day.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And one time she locked you out of the house.
She did. She wanted me home earlier than I was willing to come home, and so when I got home, the house was dark and the doors were locked, and I had to jump the fence and break a window to get in.
Are you serious?